Yellowjackets coming off a big 2-0 shutout win over St. Martin's. Izzy, your thoughts on your team's ability to lock down the Saints and come up with a big shutout win?
Yeah, I think that one thing we're sometimes lacking is early goals, and we were able to put 2 away really early against this team. And we would have liked to do that throughout the game, but in the second half it was a bit scrappier. But the important thing was we put them away early, and we had 2 freshmen scoring our goals, and they were 2 confident finishes, so it was really good to see that from them.
It was nearly a 3-0 result because you had a free kick that rattled off the crossbar only after a touch from St. Martin's keeper. Talk about your approach on that shot and what you were thinking as you saw it dipping towards the goal and ultimately hitting the bar.
Well, I was a bit excited. I haven't been able to have a free kick from that close range for a while, so I knew that I had to try to take it and put it on frame, and coach was telling me to put it on frame too, but yeah, it was exciting. Obviously I wanted it to go in, but hopefully I'll get another chance at one in our remaining 3, hopefully 5 more games.
Talk about the 2 freshmen who did score, Alicia Wright and Bailey Griglio. They've combined for 8 goals so far this season, really giving you an offensive boost.
Yeah, I mean, to start off with Bailey, like, she's got an incredible attacking mindset. She can play on the wing, probably, we haven't seen her up top yet, and attacking centre mid. She's got a really good touch and technique, and I think that she's someone that gives us some good energy in and around the box, obviously, and outside the box, that she proved this weekend. So, yeah, it was really good to see that from her. I think she deserved a goal. She's been putting in a lot of minutes for us out there and filling in the role for Ash, who unfortunately got injured earlier in the season. And Alicia, her finesse is incredible too. We've seen it in training, and then she's been able to implement that in the games. And yeah, just having a little bit of reliability sometimes up top is really nice, and knowing that they're not gonna falter in front of goal and panic is really good to see from 2 freshmen.
This week you guys head back out on the road, your final regular season road trip, and it's against 2 teams that you've seen already once this year, Concordia and Western Oregon. What are your thoughts heading into Thursday's match first against Concordia?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously it's Concordia first, so that's what we're thinking about right now. We played both teams already. We were able to get a win against Western Oregon coming back from a 1-0. We were 1-0 down, and we put 2 goals away to beat them. And then Concordia was a really tough game. They played very offensive soccer. And but I'm excited because we've already matched up on them on turf. They've got turf too. It's a similar kind of field. So I think as long as we can get out of the mindset of being away from home and just knowing that we can compete against them, because we had our chances in that game too, as well as they did. So I think, to be honest, as long as our defence play as solid as they have been, and we keep them out, we take our chances, then we've got a good chance of beating Concordia as well. And then that'll put us in a really good position going into senior weekend.
And talk about that defensive unit you just mentioned a little bit. Specifically on Saturday, they limited St. Martin's to just 4 shots and none on goal during the game. Carrie and Caitlin in the center, and then Lindsay, Sarah, and Kiana all combining as outside backs.
Yeah, I think that especially Lindsay, she's been doing a fantastic job coming in. She's so reliable there, and just to have an element of composure there, knowing that you can play the ball back to her and she's not going to panic, is really nice, knowing that she's behind you. And then Caitlin, I can't give anything else to Caitlin because she does her job 100% defensively, and then next thing you know, she's dribbling through 3 players in the central midfield, giving me a break where I can just step in at centre back for a play. And so I think that she could be a threat anywhere, but now that she's having to play defensively, she's doing that just as well as she's done anything else. So it's really nice to see her there. And Sarah also has been having some really consistent games, and anything she's had to work on at the start of the year, she's getting a lot better at that now too, and you're seeing it in her confidence and stuff too. And she's also an element in the attack as well down the line.
Yellowjackets coming off of a 2-0 shutout win over St. Martin's on Saturday. 2 quick goals early in that match. Jessica, you had an assist on the goal scored by Bailey. Talk about that play and kind of what happened there when she scored the goal.
I just passed it out wide to Bailey. I really wasn't expecting her to take a shot, but she nailed it. Hit the crossbar and it bounced in. It was a really good shot. She just made it look good.
And she and Alicia Wright have come in as freshmen this season and been big contributors. They each scored in that game. and they have 8 goals between them so far this season. Talk about what it's been like playing with them and how you've kind of shown them the ropes so far this year.
They're both really good players, and I enjoy having them up there in the attack with me. It's really helped to get to know them off the field as well, to build that chemistry on the field. I just try to show them hard work in practice and in games because I think that's one of the most important things.
And this week you have a couple of opponents you've seen once this year. You're playing at Concordia and at Western Oregon. Now with a win under your belt, you have some momentum. What are your goals coming up this week on the road?
I hope to get points from both those games, whether it's a 1 point from a tie with Concordia and a win against Western Oregon. Concordia's a really good team, so we need to come out strong and play like we know how to play.
And now with 3 matches left in the regular season, what are your goals the rest of the way for the team? What are you guys focusing on at this point?
We're focusing on getting wins to making it to GNAC. There's still a chance if we can finish out the season strong.
Yellowjackets getting set to hit the road again, heading west to Oregon to face Concordia and Western Oregon this week. Coach, your team is coming off of a strong 2-0 win over St. Martin's. Talk about that, how that's going to help you heading into your road trip this week.
Yeah, I mean, definitely was a great win. We got some momentum going. We had some close games. Yeah, we had 2 freshmen score 2 goals. So, yeah, we're definitely looking forward. Those are really 2 important games for us. So, yeah, we're slowly getting ready and definitely ready for the challenge.
It was a strong defensive performance in both of your matches last week. On Saturday, you held St. Martin's without a shot on goal and only 4 total on the match. Talk about your defensive back line and how they really protected goalkeeper Chloe Hopp Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're clicking. We're definitely, you know, a little bit younger this year than last year, so it takes a little bit for the back four to start clicking. But we got Kate, who's a captain senior, and we got Carrie, who's a captain junior. So I think those 2 positions are pretty solid, and then you got Chloe in the goal, who's actually been playing really outstanding for a freshman, and making some of the saves that are really tough to make, and sometimes she just makes it very easy, but they're not. So yeah, we're definitely happy, and Sarah, I think, has been doing awesome. The past 2 games, she's been super aggressive going forward. So it's not just defending, but also she's able to push forward and create some attacking chances for us. And with Lindsay and Kenna coming in and out, I think they're doing a pretty good job as well. So yeah, I think we're pretty decent in the back.
Lindsay Lucor also getting involved in the attacking part of the game on Saturday. She had her first assist of the year. Talk about her contribution on the offensive and how you used 4 different players to get your 2 goals.
Oh, it was great for Lindsay. I mean, we talk about stepping a little bit higher and pressing higher, and that's exactly what she did. And I think she surprised everybody with that pass, because I mean, I watched it on the video, and the St. Martin's defender was not ready for the pass because it happened so quickly. So no, it was definitely great to get Lindsay to get it an assist, and with Alicia and Bailey and Jessica combining together, I think they've been doing a pretty outstanding job for 2 freshmen and a sophomore, being an offensive threat for us. So it's good to see that those things are happening.
And like you mentioned, you have 2 big matches coming up this week. How helpful is it going to be that you have already seen each of these teams play once? You've played them both at home, and now you have to take them on the road.
Yeah, no, it definitely helps. It definitely helps because each year, each team is different. You don't know what to expect, and now since we've played them already, and we have to go and face them again, we can focus a little bit more on their strategy, on their players, and give our players a little bit better ideas how they're gonna play, and basically what to expect from those 2 teams.